For the last 4 years, I've been working on an adaptation of a book by Christine de Pizan called The Book of the City of Ladies, which was written in 1405, which is a kind of like very early example of a feminist text. Within the book, she builds a city of women, a city for women, but also the stones of the city are historical women as well. So like the founding block of the city is Semiramis, who was a queen, and that's the name of this project. So in a way, the flesh of these women make the city, but it's also a city for them to live in.
Till the membrane pierced and momentarily revealed a gaping void at its shimmering bottom.
So my adaptation focused on 12 characters that I created using something that, I guess, a kind of methodology that's drawn from the book, which is this blurring of history and myth a little bit, which happens a lot in medieval conceptions of history, where, let's say, they might talk about a Greek god in the same way as they would, you know, someone who lived in the next town. So that's something I carried on in my adaptation. So a lot of the characters are conflations of mythological kind of characters like vampires and science fiction characters, bits of software. There's a lot of the characters are artificial intelligence. And for Glasgow International, the 12 characters came together and we did 12 performances over 4 days in the installation, which is now here. So the exhibition here brings that installation into the space, and in the rooms around it are records, and I guess it's a kind of archive of the project. So there's some of the characters are represented through these monologue films, some are through documentation of the performances. So there's very different kind of iterations of the projects in the different rooms, and there's also some sculptures that, I guess, act as portals into these different worlds or characters. I'd like an audience to, I guess, think about systemic modes of sovereignty and governance that we live within and how we can think outside of that. I guess that idea, the biggest shift, I think, that is happening in our society or our world or whatever, our culture, is a shift from thinking about like whiteness and maleness as something neutral, as just like a ground zero that everything's in reference to, and of thinking of everything else as performative apart from that. So to me, that's something that I'm hoping this project somehow contributes to as well.